Here we have the function of x plus the square root of x squared plus 4. And we want to show that the limit of this function here goes to 0 as x approaches negative infinity. And this is the graph for the function x plus the square root of x squared plus 4. And we can see from the graph that as x goes to the left side, as x gets larger and larger in the negative direction, meaning x goes to infinity, then we can see that the y will get closer and closer and closer to 0. But how do we show that? And so for something like this, then what we want to do is multiply the top and the bottom by the conjugate of this. So the conjugate of this is just changing the plus to the minus. And so now this becomes this. The bottom is just this. It's just the this. The top here we have x plus the square root of x squared plus 4 times the conjugate of x minus the square root of x squared plus 4. So this is like the difference of two squares. And recorded that we have the difference of two squares like a minus b, then a plus b. Then this is just a squared minus b squared. So we just square the first minus square the second. So the same thing here, we're going to square the x. So we just square the x, and then minus square the second term right here. Square. And so this right here, this becomes this. So this is just going to be x squared. And then the square root of x squared plus 4 and then square. Then we just get whatever is under the square root. So it would be x squared plus 4. And then this becomes, then here we have a minus. So that's going to make this minus x squared and minus 4. So now we end up with negative 4 on the top. And now let's come back to our problem here. So we want to show that the limit of this goes to 0. So this is going to be the limit x plus the square root of x squared plus 4. We've just shown it is the same as this. And then this is negative 4. As x approaches infinity, negative infinity, then x right here, that's going to approach negative infinity. And then we have minus. As x approaches infinity, the next square right here will approach positive infinity. Because when we square something, it's always going to be positive, and then plus 4. So for the inside, we get this, the square root of positive infinity. But we know that the square root of positive infinity is just infinity. So this square root of infinity is just infinity. And then negative infinity minus infinity is going to be negative infinity. Infinity minus infinity be indeterminate, but negative infinity, because we know this is just something large, negative, minus something large, negative, and so we end up with negative infinity. And then any constant dividing by infinity is going to be 0. And so that's how we show that the limit is equal to 0.